Hello, this is Brandon Leon, your friend in real estate, and today in this video we're going to talk about what is a sewer scope inspection and why do you need one. Let's get started. Hello everyone, it's Brandon Leon, your friend in real estate. I'm here with Charles Skinner. He's the lead inspector for CalBRE Home Solutions. We're actually here at a sewer scope inspection, and I want to show you what it looks like. Look at that. We got a little camera, we got a little line going down, and what I really want is I want him to explain kind of the process and why this is important. A lot of people don't even know about it, and they move into a house and they got all kinds of sewer issues. And so this house is built in the 70s, and we're in the process of inspections. I'm helping a buyer purchase this place, and I want you to know why this is important. So I'm going to hand it off to Chuck.
So one of the important reasons why you want to get a sewer lateral inspection done is to check to see if there's any kind of damage to your sewer line, if there's any root growth or any other issues with your sewer line. And so if you're not sure what a sewer lateral is, basically, and what a sewer inspection is going to do, the lateral is basically right here from where your clean out is, right on the edge of your house, usually in most cases, and that inspection is going to be out here, out to the city's connection or your public connection.
Sure.
Anywhere in that area, especially in this area right here, this would be considered your responsibility as the homeowner. And so, for example, this house has a tree right there out here in the front yard.
Really large tree too.
Yes.
Huge.
And so I usually suggest to get a lateral inspection on homes that are 50 years and older. Although I would still suggest it on some homes. I did one the other day on a home that was built in the early 2000s, and the sewer cleanup was here at the front of the house, and then the lateral was maybe about 15 to 20 feet away, the city's public connection, and but there was a tree right in the middle of it. And so the reason why I suggested it there was just to make sure that there was no damage to the line. I ended up actually finding an obstruction in the line there because of that tree. So definitely a good thing to do, especially if you have an older home or piping that might have been compromised.
So real quick, what happens if there is damaged line or if it is plugged?
Okay, so what will happen in most cases, roots will start to grow through. Obviously, roots want water just like any other plant that are connected to any plant. You're going to have roots that are going to grow and spread. So once you have a break in your line, you're constantly running water through there, and so it's gonna grow into that pipe even more, and eventually it's going to obstruct that pipe so much that nothing's going to be able to flow through it. And so obviously,
and then where does that go?
Right back into your house.
Oh,
you're going to have backups.
Wow, that sounds delicious.
It'll either come back up in your shower, your toilet. I mean, there's all kinds of different things that can happen. So obviously, if it can't get to the public line like it should, that's what's going to happen. You can have your line cleaned if you do have a root problem, but in most cases, eventually, if the root growth is getting to the point where it's pretty substantial, you're going to either need to have your line replaced or you're going to want to have it lined so that way the roots can no longer grow through.
Perfect. So let's just give them a little video action right here to see what it really looks like. So he has a scope, right? A video line on the end of there. He put it all the way down, and let's just give him a close up.
So this particular house, this is the one that we just did. And as you can see, overall, the line doesn't look to be in that bad a condition. But the further along you get, which actually right around to where this tree is, you'll notice here coming up that there's actually some root intrusion, some pretty heavy root intrusion. You can see.
There you go. There are the roots. Yep. And so you already talked about kind of some of the remedies for this. And so you talked about a few of the solutions. And so what closing thoughts do you have just about overall about this?
Overall, a lot of times on newer homes, it's probably not that big of a deal that you need to get one done. But if you do have any concerns, and especially if you are buying an older home, and by older I mean anything that's built, probably prior to the 80s. Sometimes again, maybe even in the 80s. But you definitely want to think about getting one done, because something that's this. That's the other thing too, the expense of it. To have your lateral lined, or dug up and replaced can be a pretty costly expense. And so obviously when you're getting your inspections done, you're going to spend some money here and there on your inspections, but it's just another one of those things you're thinking you're spending, you know, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 and maybe even more on a home. Something that might cost you a little bit now can save you thousands of dollars later on down the line. So that's why it's important to definitely get them done.
Perfect. And in closing, what's the range of what a sewer lateral inspection should cost?
In most cases, lateral inspections are anywhere between $150 to about $300. It just kind of depends on what company you're getting it from, and also what needs to be done to access it. So, for example, if there's no nice clean out like this one right here out front, then sometimes it needs to be accessed from the roof. And then also in other cases, you might have to pull the toilet to gain access to it from there. So, depending on the situation, that's usually around the cost of it.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Charles. All right, guys, I hope that was of value to you. And as you know, I serve the greater Placer County area, specializing in Rocklin and Roseville. Always have time to help people you care about. Have an amazing day. See you later. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday about the Rocklin and Roseville communities. And I'll see you soon.